welcome everyone. I want to talk about how to elevate your Dynamics GP investment with Solver's AI accelerated XFP&A tool. My name is Enlin. I'm a senior solution engineer with Solver. So first, let's talk about what is Solver. Solver is a AI accelerated extended financial planning and analysis tool. It increases actionable insight beyond just the finance department. That's where the X comes from. It means extended beyond the offices of finance into areas like sales, marketing, operations, HR, and beyond. So Solver's XFP&A solution includes everything that you see on the left of this wheel here. That's planning, budgeting, forecasting, your workflow, includes financial reporting, putting together reporting packages from multiple data sources. That exercise that you typically do in Excel, Solver can do that automatically and make it more streamlined for you. Obviously, we can connect to things like your ERP GP, but also non-ERP data sources like CRM, HubSpot, or Salesforce. Also, your payroll data like headcount and your operational data that are in other database as well. Moving along that wheel here, next is analysis. Think rich dashboards and KPIs that takes your data and turns it into insights by helping you answer questions that you didn't even know you had. So when you see data represented visually rather than just in a traditional table format, insights will pop out at you and helps accelerate more intelligent decisions. And finally, on the left of the wheel here, Solver is a powerful consolidation tool, bringing together multiple companies, multiple currency, multiple ERPs even, allowing you to have access to all your history while being able to refresh your latest data. Okay. Now imagine with me, if you have a specialist everywhere in every area of your FP&A, that would be every finance team's dream, right? Finance and accounting team's dream. Someone to gather data for you, organize the information, analyze the result, make some forecasts, develop recommendations, help us with build some Excel models, and then finally present the findings, right? And then put that into a regular cadence report package. If we have all of that help, I think that will help you and your team make faster and more intelligent decisions. It'll probably give you a lot of value, and you would agree that it will give you more time to focus on higher value tasks rather than manually putting all of this together. So here's where Solver built the solution to this challenge. Solver was built around data, connecting multiple data sources that you can see on the left of the slide here. So that includes various GP solutions or really any data sources. Okay, we connect that and bring that into our data warehouse, that single source of truth to power your planning, reporting, consolidation, and analysis. Solver is a SaaS solution that sits on Microsoft Azure. Users on the right here, such as your executive, your budget managers, your team operations manager, log in through Solver through a web browser to consume their reports. They can input their budgets. They can leverage Solver Copilot AI to give them their insights. Those reports are and budget templates are designed by power users within your typically finance and accounting team, and it's designed natively in Excel using a Solver Designer add-in. So you don't have to learn another language. You can use all the Excel formulas that you love. Formatting that you typically would use would just work. The difference is that these templates and reports are no longer living in silos or just sitting in someone's email attachment. They're living in Solver's data warehouse, that one version of the truth. Okay. So let me switch over to actually a product demo of Solver here. Okay. So I'm logged in through into Solver via a Chrome browser right now. for this demonstration, I'm gonna focus on this report called monthly reporting package. Okay, so for this report package, what we can see is that at the top of this report package, I have various report parameters. We have things like period, so you can refresh it from one month to another. You can show this report results by entity. We can also show them by department. And we can really bring in any other parameters or dimensions that you might have. In this case, we also have budget scenario. In a little bit, I'm going to show you an actual report where this comes into play, and also your forecast scenario as well. So if I want to change any of these parameter and hit run, it'll just refresh within seconds. Okay. And in the tabs of this report package here, I can see that I have a table of content. Within each of these reports, there are various types of information that you might see. So I have a KPI dashboard. I have a consolidated P&L sheet. For this demo, I'm going to primarily focus on this tab right here. This report shows, and I'm going to make it a little bit bigger for you so you can see. This report shows a really comprehensive financial insight for a company. So this is something that you might have to put together on a monthly basis. It might take you a lot of time. In Solver, once you have it set up, it takes minutes to refresh or seconds. So in here, I'm showing my current month actual, showing the same period last year. I have my budget right here. I then have some comparison column to last period, the percentage variance, comparison to budget, and then the percentage variance to budget as well. Not only do I have this month-to-date columns, I also have my year-to-date, okay? So all of this is powered by the Solver's data warehouse, and this is a report that you can run just by refreshing your data warehouse, okay? If I keep going to the right, it also shows your current year forecast. So as you're thinking about the changes in your business throughout the year, you might have forecasts that you're putting into Solver. You might be looking at, like, now we're 6 months into the year, 6 months actual, 6 months forecast, and where your years is going to end. Okay. In the rows that you see here, these are, your typical P&L accounts. So from revenue all the way down to net profitability. Not only can I see it at this high level view, I can also expand my rows to look at more details, okay, at the sub account level. Okay, let's say you have marketing spend and you kind of want to know, hey, that's a big number. That's 479,000 made up of? I can actually right click and then drill down into what that general ledger detail look like. And this general ledger detail is pulling straight from your GP. Now you can see the drill down without going back to GP, rerun another transactional report. This will automatically pull that detail in for you, okay? So this is all like typical report that you can see. It brings all of that manual processes that you have to do typically in Excel into one place without having to put together the manual changes every single month. Now I want to switch gear a little bit to talk a little bit about Solver Copilot and some of the things that Solver has created within our tool itself, and how you can utilize Solver Copilot to accelerate your intelligent decisions. If you just open up Solver Copilot right on this report that you will use on a monthly basis, you can actually just start asking some questions. It's natural language. We all have used AI at this point. You can kind of start by asking some simple questions like, what are my top revenue contributor? Let's just say I start there. Solver Copilot's going to go to work here. It's going to scan this report and give you the top revenue contributor right here, okay? I can also ask other things like, I have a few prompts saved here, so I'm just going to copy and paste. What is the biggest increase in revenue actual versus last year, right? So now you start comparing things and you're looking at variances. It's basically scanning this report for you to detect trends, anomaly, and getting an understanding of where things stand out. So rather than you scanning it manually, Solver Copilot does it automatically for you. Okay. So now imagine, let's do something a little bit more complex. Imagine you're walking into a executive meeting to present what happened this month, why, what business story I'm going to walk into the room with. This is where Solver Copilot shines. Instead of you spending hours digging into various reports to come and scanning variances to come up with the insight, I can ask Solver Copilot, as a world-class CFO reviewing this P&L report, identify the top 3 anomalies, value, trends, or relationships that appear unusual or inconsistent. For each anomaly, explain why it stands out, what might be causing it, and whether it indicates a data issue or business issue. Then recommend one area that deserves deeper investigation and why. So not only is Solver Copilot going to spot the anomaly for us in the top 3, it's also going to attempt at understanding the root cause, right? Is it a data issue? Do we have a deeper business issue here? And getting an understanding what's causing it and making a recommendation around the area that deserve deeper investigation. So I'm going to give it a minute for it to run. Sometimes it takes a second here. There you go. So now it have broken out my top 3 areas that it has identified. Number 1 is my service revenue. Why is it standing out? What is the potential causes? This number 2 is net income. Number 3 is maintenance revenue. It had a sharp decline. Now it's recommending to focus on net income and how to reverse that outcome and trend. And then it gives you a summary right down here. So now if you imagine you're walking into a executive meeting, you're actually likely going to put this into more of a summary format. So then I can, of course, ask it to summarize the key takeaway from this, and then put it into more of a presentation format. So now it gives me 3 bullet points. What are some of the immediate actions we can take? You can paste this, copy and paste this, of course, into your presentation, and gives you a comprehensive summary from there. So Copilot is easy to use. From just a few prompts. You get the full understanding of your P&L, of what happened, why it matters, what actions you need to take. It drives faster insight because it's faster preparation, right? And now you just need to go deeper, investigate, so you can start enhancing your timeline of delivering better insight. Okay, and it's all powered by the reports that you use every day. So next slide here, I want to talk a little bit about Solver offering industry solutions. Solver has industry solutions and templates that we have created. Now, these are templates and reports that are ready to use. It accelerates the implementation timeline of Solver for these specific industries. So it's not you configuring something from scratch. We have things that are already designed and built for these industries, right on the spot. So some of the ones that probably you might have heard of is nonprofit. We have a big nonprofit focus, manufacturing. I'm not going to talk through every single one of these, but of course, feel free to ask any questions if you see something that grabs your interest. Okay. And then finally, I want to end this part of my presentation to share with you 6 tech trends to watch in 2026. This is a white paper that I think is really relevant to our conversation here today. If you want to scan the QR code, it will send you to that white paper here. And of course, if you want to do a deeper dive about Solver and how Solver can enhances your usage of GP, feel free to reach out, and I'll be happy to dive deeper with you individually.
Thank you so much. And Lynn, there is a question for you in the chat.